At its heart, the lipid profile is not about fear of fat, but about understanding balance. Cholesterol is not an enemy by nature. It is a builder of cell membranes, a precursor of hormones, a silent architect of life. The test reminds us that health is not about eliminating substances, but about harmony, when what the body makes and what it carries are in quiet alignment. Cholesterol itself is a substance of intelligence, woven into the very structure of our cells, giving membranes their flexibility and strength, allowing nerves to transmit signals, and enabling hormones to guide growth, repair, and emotion. When we see cholesterol on a report, we are not looking at a toxin, but at a biological necessity that has drifted out of proportion. The lipid profile gently shifts our perspective from elimination to regulation, from blame to balance. It teaches that health is rarely about extremes. It lives in the middle ground where supply meets demand, where the liver, blood, and tissues communicate fluently. In this sense, the test becomes less of a medical measurement and more of a philosophical reminder that the body thrives not by denying its needs, but by honoring them with moderation, rhythm, and respect. Low-density and high-density lipoproteins behave like messengers with very different intentions. One tends to deposit, the other to clear. This contrast mirrors human behavior itself. Some habits accumulate burden, others gently restore balance. The lipid profile translates this biological truth into measurable insight, showing how daily choices slowly sculpt the inner landscape of our blood vessels. Low-density and high-density lipoproteins are often reduced to simple labels of bad and good, but biology is rarely that shallow. These particles are transport systems, carefully designed to move cholesterol through a watery bloodstream to places where it is needed and away from places where it has accumulated too long. Low-density carriers deliver building material, supporting repair and growth, while high-density carriers act as quiet custodians, collecting excess and returning it for reuse or safe removal. The lipid profile allows us to witness this constant circulation, this invisible traffic within our arteries. What matters is not the existence of either messenger, but the conversation between them, whether delivery overwhelms cleanup or whether balance is maintained. In this way, the test reflects a deeper truth about health. Accumulation without renewal leads to strain, while systems that clear, recycle, and adapt remain resilient over time. Triglycerides speak the language of excess energy. They rise when the body receives more fuel than it can immediately use, quietly storing the surplus. Their levels reflect not a single meal, but patterns, how often we rush, overconsume, or eat disconnected from hunger. The test becomes a mirror, not of guilt, but of awareness. Triglycerides tell a subtler, more intimate story about how the body experiences energy. They are not markers of indulgence in a single moment, but records of repetition, how often nourishment arrives without movement, how frequently stress replaces rest, how regularly the body is asked to store rather than spend. When triglyceride levels rise, the body is not failing, it is adapting, preserving excess fuel for a future it has learned to anticipate. The lipid profile gives us insight into this quiet survival strategy, revealing how modern patterns of constant availability and limited physical release reshape our internal chemistry. Seen this way, triglycerides become signals of tempo and timing, reminding us that metabolism thrives when intake, activity, and recovery move in a shared rhythm rather than competing for dominance. What makes the lipid profile powerful is its predictive humility. It does not diagnose destiny, it suggests direction. Long before pain or blockage, it reveals trends, giving the body a voice early enough for gentle correction. Science here is compassionate, offering time, not judgment. What makes the lipid profile uniquely humane is its ability to look forward without pretending to predict fate.
These numbers do not declare certainty, they suggest momentum. They reveal trends forming slowly beneath the surface, where arteries respond to years of pressure, inflammation, and imbalance long before pain ever announces itself. In this early window, science offers something rare: time. Time to adjust habits gently rather than react urgently. Time to listen before damage hardens into disease. The lipid profile functions as an early conversation between the present and the future, reminding us that prevention is not a dramatic intervention, but a series of small, compassionate corrections made while the body is still flexible enough to respond.
Ultimately, the lipid profile test teaches that cardiovascular health is not built in emergency rooms, but in ordinary moments: walks taken, meals chosen, stress managed, sleep respected. These numbers are not labels, they are invitations to understand the body as a responsive, living system that listens carefully to how we live and quietly adjusts in return. Ultimately, the lipid profile brings our attention back to the quiet power of ordinary living. It shows that cardio